this is Mary Sip and Pain, and this is a solo edition. So it will be me flowing with the full concept of the show, where it's going to be conversation, wine, and painting. So on this episode, what I'll be doing is painting on a miniature canvas. I wanted to challenge myself to see what kind of masterpiece I could create using a tiny canvas. And yeah, so if you notice already, I've already pulled out my wine. A bit impatient, shall I say. I was just like, ooh, child, I need to relax and get into the zone. And this is a beautiful Merlot, which I got. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. It's the free wine package from Wine 52 or Beer 52. But anyways, it's that subscription model. So that is a 10 out of 10. Strong 10 out of 10. I absolutely love it. It's so delicious. It's full of flavor, and it's, again, one thing I noticed, it doesn't have that rough feeling down the throat. And I'm starting to believe that the ones that we normally get in the supermarket, it's either full of all those sulfites and all. I mean, a lot of them do have that, but for whatever reason, yeah, you can definitely taste cheap wine, the difference, and wine that's obviously crafted by the best. So yeah, we're gonna get to it now. I hope you love the red. The red, getting in tune with the season. Christmas is literally 3 weeks away. Like, the time is just flying. I'm in my good feels, everything, praying, journaling, everything. And I'm really excited for what's to come. So I'm not even fronting. I don't need to wait necessarily for the new year, for new things to happen from now. And this is part of the journey, which is my Sip and Paint channel. So do like and subscribe. And obviously I'm open to feedback. This is a solo edition. So normally I would have a guest. The last 2 episodes did, but sometimes it's not feasible to always have someone on the other side, which is fine. So yeah, I'm very talkative. So trust me, it's going to feel like there's 2 people here in the room anyways. Well, technically there is, because there's me and you. But yeah, let's get to it. So, cheers. Or shall we say salute? Okay, so the usual order of things. So I'm going to pick a subject to paint on here. So yeah, I'm going to do it by myself. And just me. Let's see what we got here. So I actually wanted to talk on the topic of fruit. Okay, fruit. Okay, that's not too bad. On the topic of exes and breakups and everything. So I was on a certain platform on social media, and it was this girl talking about her glow up since since she, I think, how long was it? A year. I think it was a year that she had broken up with a guy, and she recorded herself. So I always find that people who do those kind of things, like, it's so brave of them, because imagine that you're going through such a difficult time in your life and you have the audacity to pick up a camera to document it. I've always marveled at stuff like that. Like, really? Like, for me, there was no such thing as like trying to put up all that online. So it's like I've had to kind of pick images from the past or whatever to try and create this story. Whereas I would have loved it if it was in real time, that I was able to document the process. So she was showing, just to show. So I picked fruit. So I'm going to paint some fruit on this mini canvas. Let's see how many pieces of fruit I can sketch on here. Please don't embarrass me. Okay, cool. So she had documented the process for a year. And I find it very interesting because she showed what she looks like now, and the glow up is so real. So I was just like, okay. So a lot of the comments, it was just like, oh, why are you recording this? Like, this is embarrassing. A lot of people are like, oh, it's only crazy until you realize how much it has affected you, how much it's taken from you, your beauty, blah, blah, blah. And I find it very humbling to see like how people in the comment section are carrying on like one day they're not going to get their heart broke. I think it might be a rite of passage. I mean, that's just my take on it. I feel like it's almost inevitable. So like with my boy, as he gets older, it's just something I'm going to be like, listen, at some point in your life, you may get your heart broken, and you need to be able to be, you know, comfortable with the fact that if it's not your forever person, that it's okay to start again, you know, as hard as it may seem, because sometimes people are so hung up on that one person. Like legit, the person that I met in uni, this guy, I genuinely thought like it was puppy love. I thought that was it. It was going to be me and him forever. I was so gullible. I didn't even understand what love was. It was full on lust. Like when I say full on crazy lust, to the extent, yes, I'm going to out myself. I initially got a tattoo of his name. Sorry, I'm trying to do it like that, but I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, basically that tattoo, we got each other's names tattooed on each other to get out. I know. And it's covered up now. Well, I've tried to. So yeah, that's me being vulnerable. But yeah, that was something, that was a 3-year relationship, which started in uni. And honestly, it took so much from me. I was so negative. I really isolated myself from my family. And honestly, they could see it. Like, you know, there was just no room for me to listen, to hear the advice that they were like, this guy is not for you. It got to a point where, I'm not gonna lie, so I had actually got my car before passing my driving test, and that was my way of telling myself, yes, I'm gonna do this. I have a car now. Yeah, we'll get to the details of that another time, because yeah, it's kind of working back to front, but that was my way of saying I'd saved up enough from yeah, I was saving, I was doing all these like side jobs back then. So I've always had the hustle in me, and my mom supported with a bit of money as well. So I got my first car, which was a Renault Clio, black shiny, everything pretty good. And so I wasn't driving at the time, and he had put the idea into me, well, you're not a driver, I am. So for the time being, why don't I use your car? So it's not just sitting out there, you know? And I was just like, okay then. And I kid you not, when I see this guy was taking it to see other girls doing it, like, duh. And I was so oblivious. And like, I think my mom was telling me, my brothers were like, ugh. And I was just feeling like, no, we're solid, it's all good. It's not, none of that nonsense. When I say, yeah, I really, you know, when you want to believe the best in somebody, and when I say I got humbled, because, okay, I became a driver, and then it's like, okay, it's time to get the car back. It's giving me excuses, all this stuff. I was like, eh? So I hope he's not like, because at the time, I was just thinking, now that I think about it, I don't even think he was insured to be a driver on a car. So unless it was in my name, it was declared as sworn, was it? Oh God, I hope I'm not admitting to a crime. No, scratch that. Yeah, it's all good. So basically, yeah, he was messing with a car that obviously he shouldn't have been driving. This was years ago, by the way. So, but yeah, somehow manipulated me to believe that, oh yeah, it's for the God of us, you know, rather than him jumping on the coach to come see me or whatever, that we'll just drive down and then we could go to cinemas or whatever we wanted to do. This was, goodness, how old was I? Like 21, 22 back then? But yeah, the glow up is so real when you come out of negative circumstances, negative relationships. I can tell you that for free. That might even be my most favorite quote. I'll tell you that for free. Because for real, some people, once they come out of your life or the person's life, you just see such drastic changes in how you are, how you carry yourself, and it's like, all this time, like, what was going on? Oh, I hate wasting paint. There's too much. So she documented this girl that I'm referring to. That's on what was it, on Instagram? Yeah. She was showing how she had changed, and when I say the glow up was so obvious, so people could say the same about me as well. And I'm not even trying to like blow my trumpet, but I know the stuff that I've been through, and yeah, what I've gone through and what I look like, it doesn't make sense. And I know a lot of people can say the same, because yeah, I'm not the only one that's gone through some form of trauma or issues or stress. But yeah, there's just a way it haggards you. And especially as a woman, we have to be so conscious of that energy we carry around, the stuff that we allow people to bring into our lives, their own, we're hollered. We don't want that. And I find that once you've come to a point of your life where you love yourself ultimately, and nobody, and I mean nobody, can gaslight you, manipulate you to try and do some nonsense, it's life changing. Life changing in the sense that you're not really doing it for you, but everyone that comes after you, like your family now, your friends, yourself, obviously, most importantly, and to give glory to your creator. Like, we were not created to be like somebody's side piece, that is so ghetto. To be, some people are happy being with someone just for the sake of saying, oh, I'm with somebody, but deep down they're not fulfilled, they're not happy. That is crazy to me. I'm just like, bruh. I know I'm not going to be that one to say, oh yeah, I'd rather be alone forever. No one wants to be like that. But definitely, I'm not one to be like, oh yeah, someone's just gonna tell me some nonsense and I'll just be like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I get it. No, darling. But I don't say, like, let's not do that. So the glow up theory after a breakup, I mean, it also applies to when you're in a healthy relationship, especially for people like myself who haven't had that luxury yet of being with someone who got us, purpose for them and, is ultimately the person, the man. I've seen girls where you can just see in the whole decade, like everything about them, it's because that, they've been aligned with the right person. And it shows physically, it shows in every way. I don't even know how to put it into words. I just think that it's very important, especially from a young age, to let people know. Well, I say let children know, especially, that it's really about their voice in the relationship, how the person takes it. So if you're someone that's talking about, oh, what bothers you, and the person's just like trying to make it out like it's all your problem, not really trying to hear it, then that's your sign. Like, you can't convince anyone, oh no, and this person's telling you point blank to your face that what you're saying, your feelings do not matter. That's a problem. I tell you, if anything, that's a very good reason to be like, okay, it was nice whilst it lasted, with relationships. And people forget, like, friendships can also lean into relationships, because yes, you have a relation with that person. Being in the wrong circle is very costly as well. Costly in the sense that you could have been establishing friendships with people who are actually for your good, rather than using that time establishing with the wrong folks, and that is very costly. I do remember people that I used to kind of talk to, and it's just like they had nothing positive, nothing good to call about, and just talk. It was always like gossip, oh, so and so, this and that. And I'm like, is this what you're really calling my phone? Like, is this it? When they say, oh, the people who have the best interests for you, they're cool, trying to like let you on something good, if it's not discussing how to make more money, or discussing, real life things, like, why are we here talking about somebody? Like, is your life not set? Are you not okay yourself? Like, do you need some money? I'm joking. Like, the people I refer to, I would believe that, some of them were comfortable or okay, but still wanted to badmouth people. So to me, I'm like, you must not be settled or that okay, because if that's the top of your agenda in a day, which is to slander somebody else or talk, and I'm not saying it like to say I wasn't part of it back then, you're calling, trying to talk about somebody's business and badmouth them, yeah, out of a sense of maybe not wanting to feel left out. I was like, yeah, and I'd had my 2 pence, say a bit of nonsense, but looking back, I was just like, insecurity is a bit, because why are you like really, jumping on board this train, and it's not productive? It's not sorting out your your day-to-day issues or whatever. So why are you on this call discussing about XYZ? Like, what have you got to show for it? And it's crazy because XYZ is doing well for themselves, or who knows, because the people calling up on your phone comfortable to gossip are also just as comfortable to gossip about you. So once that penny dropped, I was just like, I need to sort myself out, you know? And I did that. So in respect of relationships, I took myself out of those dangerous relationships with men that didn't honor God for me, that just, you know, it was all just a physical thing, or just, you know, being around the wrong girlfriends where it was just nothing productive, nothing to better ourselves. You know, iron sharpens iron. It was all very much like, yeah, so, you know, what's new with you? Da, 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 da. And always just trying to get information about me. And that's another thing I want to say. If you're with girls and it's only about what's going on about you and hardly anything about them, that's a monitoring spirit. Monitoring spirit. And for so long, I was just like, why is it when so-and-so calls, there's never any update about them? Why is it when I call, somehow the conversation always leans towards me, what's going on with me, da 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 da. And I was just like, and then the time where, again, I would say I really started to notice is when I started to ask this particular person, this particular friend, oh, how's your life going? How's everything? Oh yeah, everything's good. No, but tell me about you. Tell me about you. What's new? Da, 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 da. And I was just like, okay. So then when I started to clock this behavior, I started to mirror it. So anytime it was like, oh yeah, we need to call, we need to catch up, I'd be like, yeah, everything's good, you know, darling. Everything's great. Like, to God be all the glory. Leave it like that. It's like, oh, okay. You see how quick the phone call, the conversation just kind of deads out. So again, you know, when it comes to the kind of people, the friends, they can take from you if we're not careful. And obviously you've got the people that add to you, and those are the people you hold on tight. I can thankfully say I found someone like that. Like my angel, she is my angel. And honestly, the way she's come through for me, I've known her for a long time. And how we met was so interesting. Honestly, I was just minding my business. At the time, I was just working in Selfridges at the time. Was this in London? No, Manchester. I can't even remember. But yeah, so she just complimented me. She's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And I was like, oh, thank you. I was like, so are you? And I kid you not, that was the start of it. That was the start of a 10-year plus relationship, you know. It wasn't forced. It wasn't like, you know, or because we went to school together or anything like that. And I have other people that I would say, yes, you know, I speak to, and there's just this common ground where we know where we stand. And I'm just grateful to God for friends like those, because in a process of, you know, waiting for God to bring me my husband, you know, this is my waiting season, which I'm happy, content in. Cheers. Oh my God. So yummy. I could definitely taste the rosemary and thyme in that, and the ripe plum. Yes. Okay. So I'm thankful to God for those kind of relationships, because during the season of waiting, it would almost be impossible. Imagine as a woman, you're waiting for God to send you your man, or a man waiting for his wife, and you have no system, you have no friendships. Like, what? No, that's harsh. That's too much, you know? You've got nobody to kind of give you the advice, the right. No, that's hardcore. That's hardcore. I've spoken to so many of my girls, and it's very refreshing to kind of know, like, yeah, although we're all on the same kind of path, you know, I've taken some things that has made me think, okay, I should consider that, you know, going out in the dating world. I'm quite an open person, and sometimes I just, and then I've learned how that could, with the one person, it could backfire. So I just need to kind of hold it down over time, ease the information in, rather than just be like, blah, 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 like spilling out all my information, all my skeletons. You know, do I have any skeletons? Maybe a couple. But yeah, this is me just being honest and raw and open with you. I'm just one of those ones where, in my ideal world, everyone will come clean, be transparent with their intentions, what it is they want, stuff like that. Because I've been married to someone, and honestly, who he projected himself to be, absolutely like nothing like it, and it was crazy, and that caused a lot of the arguments. So like I know like with my next relationship, like the kind of questioning and the kind of things that need to be discussed is so real, because I'm not moving forward with any kind of like false pretenses. And I say this to myself, like if anyone watching as well, if you're married or you're not, let's focus on the ones that are not married. I would say it's so vital that you know your place, you know your role, and what it is that you want this person to contribute for you, and where you feel you will contribute to them, just to manage each other's expectations. The glow up process, or the topic of this of breakups, it's it is easy to kind of get yourself in a place where you could avoid those situations where you know who you are from an early time. Because imagine the heartbreak you could um, evade or escape. There's just no need. And for myself, I didn't grow up with my father figure, so yeah, I do not that I envy, but I really, when I see women and they grew up with their fathers, that as in present fathers, supportive, loving, you see there's such a the trajectory of their life is so different. I'm not saying it's perfect, but there's just stuff that you're like, they kind of they miss out on a lot of garbage because they've got someone who's there to kind of look out for them, and that's something I'm like, if I could choose to do this life again, yes, I would want a father figure. I would want somebody who would stand in the gap for me and shows me what a real man represents. So there's none of this, oh, I've been through the fire, but I don't smell or look like the smoke or whatever I've gone through. Because the truth is, that's not everyone's story. Not everybody went through this, excessive trauma or whatever. From now on, I said to God, I want good problems. Like, oh gosh, there's too much money in this account. Let me move it here. I don't want every time, wade through the water stress. But yeah, I am loving this painting so far. I definitely wanted to do something that, as much as I wouldn't say it's boring when it's just me, but yeah, I think this kind of incorporates how I feel. Variety is good. So I have painted quite a few different pieces of fruit on here, and I won't lie, it's looking, girl, I know I can paint. The quality of these paints, it's only a cheap one. Yeah, I've got like my proper Liquitex, everything, but I was just like, for these sessions, just kind of tap into something that me and my guests can just play with quick, and it's not gonna go to waste. Because sometimes, yeah, a lot of this is gonna waste. I can see it already. And I'm not doing that with Liquitex. Yeah, I mean, I am speaking it into existence that soon they will sponsor me. You gotta speak it out. Okay, so right now I've painted the pineapple, banana, strawberries, cherries. That looks like a satsuma rather than a basic orange. See me being extra, a satsuma. Okay, girl. Okay, so you can already tell I'm extra like that. What am I missing that can fit in? A pear. I didn't want to paint an apple. Like, I'm so done with painting the sight of apples. My son loves apples, so he's low-key like, I call him Apple Boy. I should have a glove. Don't be ghetto. But yeah, where can I fit this pear? Maybe I can't. Actually, I can. Come on, girl. Do you know who you are? A superstar? Hey, yeah, that works. That absolutely. Oh, girl. You're so talented, aren't you? Not me talking to myself, but yeah, sometimes it has to be done. So yeah, I would say that the people in this life that go about hurting people, yeah, even though they say they hurt people, I would say sometimes it's not even necessarily they've been hurt. It's just like they're absolute like just primed from hell to bring division and strife and nonsense into someone's life, and it really shouldn't be like that. Okay, that's not giving me pear vibes. That's giving me, it's looking like a courgette. Like, let's do it properly, girl. Yeah, get it together. I did want to squash in a watermelon somewhere. Maybe I should do it on the side here. You see me? When it comes to creativity, I'm learning to really embrace it. stop being a chicken, you know. God has created me for this, and I love it. So I'm just gonna put that on the side. Yeah, that will be my watermelon. So the point is to cram the page with fruit, which is what I picked. I love it. Okay, girl. Yeah, that's okay. That is my watermelon. Cool. I love that. Okay, so I feel like there should be something on the other side. Let me throw in a quick kiwi. Yeah. All right. Okay, Picasso. Okay, Winkle. Okay. I want to show that we can paint, innit? Honestly, I do love it though. This is what I was born to do. Where's that lime green? Okay. Well, it's not tiny enough, but yeah, for the seeds. But, boop, boop, boop. It's so cute! Okay, now that is cute. Okay. I love me a kiwi, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I think I actually, I'm not allergic to it, but you know when your tongue, like the tongue feels a bit funny, apparently that's a sign of like a little allergy to it. That makes me laugh. I mean, I still eat it, but it's the fact that my body's literally saying, I think it's an enzyme, something to do with it that my body's like, hey, please stop that. Okay, so I think we've come to the end of that little, not mission, but you know what I mean. The little task. Okay, fruits. Okay, this is meant to be my signature. This is cute. Okay, all right. 2024. Ta-da! What do you think, y'all? Not too bad. So we've got the kiwi on the side. Hope you can see that. We've got the pineapple, banana, your orange, your cherries, strawberries, your watermelon on the side. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that to dry. I think that's really cute, actually. What do you think? It just needs a, yeah, the white paint isn't the strongest. I noticed that because there were areas where I actually added the white, and you can see it's just disappearing into the canvas. But hey, yeah, like there should be a bit of a sheen on the banana, which looks more like plantain, overripe. Yeah, so yeah, just do a little bit of highlighting. Wow, yeah, this white paint sucks. I love it, really. Did all of this pretty quick. So whilst talking, yeah, this is, yeah, your shading is definitely important. I would love to go to an art school, brush up on some skills, see how it can take up my painting skills to a higher level, you know. Some people, they just have that natural gift, so it's like from self-taught, and it's just the level that they're on. It's like, whoa. Okay, all right. Let's stop there. So that's my attempt to highlight it with some, you know, pretty much some rays. But yeah, that's a finished product. That's so cute, not gonna lie. But yeah, that is the end of Mary Sip and Paint. I've done my painting. This wine, it's so good, honestly. I'm just going to finish the rest and let you go. That went down really well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and it will be next Wednesday for my next episode, hopefully with a guest. I am waiting for this guest to get back at me because the person is busy, and I really feel like it's he or she, let me not spoil it, it's going to inject a lot of much needed flavour. Obviously this is my third episode, so it's all very new. I'm still adjusting to the whole thing, but I know I'm here to stay. Definitely, this is a space that's needed. Wow, this one is, you know, you feel it. Go on, do your thing, girl. But yeah, thank you so much for watching Mary Sip and Paint. Please like, subscribe, share the word. You girls out here, why not whip a bit of paint out and a bit of wine? I know it's a bit early in the day. I'm not doing this late, and I'm doing it solo. So yeah, there'll be some episodes where it's just me, some with some guests, special guests, etc. And we'll go from there. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.